we know how we're over here talking about pageant queens. You know how pageant queens go like this when they wave? Karen's like this. She's like, and I told her it's like rounding out a bosom or a booty. It's got
a bosom.
And Karen's like, I was like, I think mine's better. And she was like, I think yours is. This is off cameras. Everyone's like probably clicking the video like, what the hell is this? You have no rights. CliffBeats, no script off the rip with the one and only. Karen. This is George Carlin. We've been waiting to jump. Why'd you whisper it like Batman?
I don't know. It just came out like that.
We just did Batman versus Sherlock Holmes. She said the Batman. So everyone's been saying, Cliff, you got to get back to George Carlin. I hear you. I see you. I'm trying to keep up. There's a lot of stuff that everyone's asking for. We got you covered. Are you ready to check out some more, George?
Ready.
Not only was he one of the greatest comedians of all time, but this man was a philosopher. Let's see what he has to say. You have no rights. Does it apply to today's times? Because it seems like everything he talks about applies to all times. Ready to rock?
Ready to roll. Here
we go. Please show love to George Carlin. I will link his original channel down below. There's a new video that came out. It's just shorter. I think this is the original one that is the one that we're supposed to be watching. Let's go.
Swearing on the Bible. You understand that shit? They tell you to raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. Does this stuff really matter? Which hand? Does God really give a fuck about details like this? Suppose you put your right hand on the Bible, you raise your left hand. Would that count? Or would God say, sorry, wrong hand, try again? And why does one hand have to be raised? What is the magic in this gesture? This seems like some sort of a primitive voodoo mojo shtick. Why not put your left hand on the Bible, let your right hand hang down by your side? It's more natural. Or put it in your pocket. Remember what your mother used to say? Don't put your hands in your pockets. Does she know something we don't know? Is this hand shit really important? Well, let's get back to the Bible.
They do say mothers know best.
Why not put your hands in your pockets, though?
I don't know. Moms used to say they don't put your hands in your pockets. It's like rude.
Okay.
Just like putting your elbows on the table.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is this hand shit really important? Well, let's get back to the Bible, America's favorite national theatrical prop. Suppose the Bible they hand you to swear on is upside down, or backward, or both, and you swear to tell the truth on an upside down, backward Bible. Would that count? Suppose the Bible they hand you is an old Bible and half the pages are missing. Suppose all they have is a Chinese Bible in an American court, or a Braille Bible, and you're not blind.
You know what's crazy? Him saying a Chinese Bible in an American court when China is buying up a bunch of property in America right now. And that's crazy to think. Man, George Carlin just like knew things ahead of time. I know he's just using it as a reference. Just it's weird that it's coincidental.
American court, or a Braille Bible, and you're not blind. Suppose they hand you an upside-down, backward Chinese Braille Bible with half the pages missing. At what point does all of this stuff just break down and become just a lot of stupid shit that somebody made up? They fucking made it up, folks. It's make-believe. It's make-believe. Now, all right. Okay. Let's leave the Bible aside. We'll get back to the science fiction reading later. The more important question is, what is the big deal about swearing to God in the first place? Why does swearing to God mean you're going to tell the truth? Wouldn't affect me. If they said to me, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, I'd say, yeah. I'll tell you about as much truth as the people who wrote that fucking Bible. How do you like that? Huh? Swearing on the Bible doesn't mean anything. It's kid. Swearing to God is kid stuff. Did you remember when you were a kid? If you told another kid something he didn't quite believe, he'd say, "You swear to God?" I would always say, "Yeah, I swear to God," even if I was lying. Why not? What's going to happen if I lie? Nothing. Nothing happens if you lie. Unless you get caught, and that's a whole different story. Sometimes a kid would think he was being slick with me, and he'd say, "You swear on your mother's grave?" I'd say, "Yeah." Why not? First of all, my mother was alive. She didn't even have a grave. Second of all, even if she was dead, what's she gonna do? Rise from the grave and come and haunt me? Come and haunt me? All because I told a lie to an 8-year-old? Get fucking real, will you?
It took me out when he said she doesn't even have a grave. Because I've never thought about it like that. Because I've always took it as like, means my mom's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying like, my mom doesn't even have a grave, so it doesn't matter. It just took me out the way he said it. Are you gonna come back and haunt me? Oh.
All because I told a lie to an 8-year-old? Get fucking real, will you? Sometimes I would say, I swear on my mother's tits. Kids are impressed with things like that. I mean, I don't care about my mother's tits either. I don't care if they fell off. Fuck her. Not my problem. They're your tits, Ma. You keep an eye on them. Swearing to God doesn't mean anything. Swearing on the Bible doesn't mean anything. You know why? Because Bible or no Bible, God or no God, if it suits their purposes, people are going to lie in court. The police do it all the time. All the time. Yes, they do. It's part of their job to protect, to serve, and to commit perjury whenever it supports the state's case.
The state's
case. The Bible is just one more way of controlling people and keeping them in line, and it's one more thing that holds us back as a species. Here's one more item for you, the last in our civics book. Rights. Boy, everyone in this country is always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio, Mother Goose, shit like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute idea. Cute. But that's all. Cute and fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. The God excuse. The last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument. It came from God. Anything we can't describe must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, he would have given you the right to some food every day, and he would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that?
Dang, Carlin.
He would have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you can get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say
That took a fucking left turn.
But this is real. Like, this is a real conversation. It's funny because it doesn't feel like comedy to me. It feels like a wake-up call. It feels like, wake up, like, hear me out, listen.
Well, that's
it feels like
why...
somebody trapped inside of some bullshit trying to get everybody to stay alert.
Well, that's why George Carlin is regarded as one of the greatest of all times. Not only, like I said, not only was he a comedian, but he was considered like one of the greatest philosophers. He could also damn near rap. He would go into like double time word patterns while rhyming, while making sense of something like this. He's just, his wordplay is phenomenal. And guys, these are just jokes. Karen and I aren't saying anything, so don't get offended with us because people are going to get offended about rights and stuff. George Carlin is just touching on it.
And I'm cracking up at how he did the whole Bible spiel. Like when he memorized, he said, "What if you get a backwards, upside down Chinese Bible, whatever?" Like that. I was like.
Wait, we have so much to show, Karen. Hold on. I just want to make sure people know that. So, because like you don't understand, like people will watch me react to George Carlin, then I'll get the threats. I sound like Arnold. I'll get the threats in Instagram. Like, we have rights. You're gonna die. And I'm like, what did I do? I didn't do anything.
I don't know.
There we go.
He would have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you can get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these rights. Why would he give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay? 10 rights. And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things like slavery. Just fucking slipped his mind. But let's say let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29. The Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last after all this time that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me. Sounds more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay? All right.
Wow.
You know about it. You know about it.
Wow.
Yeah. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens and good standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter.
You hear how dead silent it was as he was schooling everybody? Like, damn, dude.
That's what
It makes you think. And
It's
goes,
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see how sooner or later?
Wow.
Yeah. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where are you going to find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says to you, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah? Well, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away.
Holy hell.
Thank you.
Damn.
It's fucked up. Keep in mind that this is a comedy skit. Woo! Shit.
Holy heck. Oh my God.
George Carlin putting everybody on the back foot. In his grave, too. Yeah, it's crazy. Just, this man was wilding.
You know, the crazy thing is, though, that he really does hold up the mirror, where you really have to, that's what happened in that room when everybody got quiet,
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, and then if you think about it, it's precedented. One major thing happens, that group of people gets attacked. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, of course he's a comedian, so he's taking it to the extremes of saying, yeah, if I do something, then you have the right to do this, which I don't believe, I don't believe that at all.
But he's making the joke that the government believes that.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a joke, but still, that's why he's saying unlimited rights or no rights. It's one or the other. So with him using the extremes with unlimited rights, he's saying, well, if I say I have an opinion, well, then you have the right to kill me if you don't like it, which obviously isn't real. That's
right.
That's an extreme. I think that's evil as shit. But that's just his joke. It's a skit. Some people are going to take it a little bit too personal, but no, that's definitely not how I see things. But yeah, I mean, he is right. I mean, every country, it's crazy too because, every country will talk about how their country is the best and all these other countries are terrible, and then like when you go to different countries and stuff, you realize like, wait a minute, these people have been lying. Wait, my country's been lying. Everyone's been fucking lying. Who's telling the truth here? No one's telling the truth. So it's kind of like just a warm piece of humble pie that George Carlin serves you every time you listen to his content. It's just like, damn.
It's not even warm. It's scorching hot.
It's scorching hot or it's ice cold, depending on how you take
and he's
it.
like, you better, yeah.
Because it's either going to really offend you or it's going to make you think for a second, like, huh, that's crazy. Like, I never thought of it like that. But some people, that's why he was a polarizing, artist, was people would either get really upset or they would really be like, I like his style because he's speaking up from where I feel I'm sitting at.
Yeah.
And
it's very easy to, like when you feel not necessarily attacked, but maybe in some cases when you start to really see the veil fall from something that you thought was like a beautiful situation, you kind of get a little upset, when somebody is kind of picking at something that feels like
near
it's
and dear to
home
your
to
heart,
you,
yeah.
right? You're like, hey, and you feel like you should be defending it. But I think it's also really important just to like hear it out. Sure, it's okay to be like offended, but hear it just to see, whether or not there's something in there that might be valid, whether in there it might be, worth mulling over a little bit.
Well, it's just like when what's his name? Dave Chappelle was doing a comedy skit and some psycho who didn't agree with him because he was covering jokes at that time because he was being attacked by, I forgot what community, but he was being attacked by a community. And some guy jumped on stage with a knife and got jumped by like Jamie Foxx, Busta Rhymes, and all that. Remember when they showed the picture of him and he was all twisted up like a pretzel and his face was all lumped up, looked like he came out of a horror movie? Like, just because I don't think if you don't agree with someone's opinion, you should go attack them or do something like that. I think everybody should be allowed to say what they like, but yeah, I mean,
I think
especially if you're a comedian, because that's your job. Like, your job is to toe the line and talk about topics and make you think about things, even if you don't agree. It makes you see things from a different perspective, and maybe you change your mind in the future, or maybe it makes you double down on your beliefs, which is healthy too. It's life is short anyway, so just do what you like. That's how I feel. But would you like to check out more George Carlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, George Carlin's a beast, man. If you have any suggestions, comment down below. We got you guys covered. How did you guys feel about this episode of George Carlin, or this portion of George Carlin's routine? I would like to know down below. And how do you feel, too, about his jokes? Remember, they're jokes. Some people are going to get... Sometimes, like I said, people get upset with me because they think I'm saying it when I'm just reacting to it. But
I hear that.
yeah, it's okay. It's no big deal. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It means the world. And we want to know what's out there that we need to see. We got a couple of videos being held back, comedians and comedian-wise. The Come in Your House guy. We got a couple of those coming your way, so don't worry. We love you. Is he Mickey Flanagan?
Mickey, yeah.
Man, Mickey Flanagan. We got a couple of those coming your way too. So let us know who else we have to see, routine-wise or stand-up or not crowd work, whatever. We got you covered. Stay safe. You will see a video pop up right here. You ready to rock?
Ready to roll?
Here we go. We love you guys, and if you ever need me, shoot me a message. My Instagram is linked in the description. Just no death threats, please. I love you guys. I mean it. I'm a good guy. Let's go. I swear on the Bible.
Oh, stop.